Welcome back to Motor Rider Australia. Today we're going to be doing a part install. It's a Shad Top Box for the 2022 Kawasaki Ninja 1000 SX. We'll go through the model numbers and what you need to purchase for the 2022 1000 SX, and then we'll go right ahead and do the install, so stay tuned. Alright, so here we have the Shad SH34 Top Box itself. Let's have a look at that. So it's definitely got good storage inside. I think you can fit a whole helmet in there. And inside you'll see it comes with plates and panels and stuff to sit the top box on once we have the installation sorted. So we've got some lockable keys as well, so you can actually lock the unit, which is a good thing. And of course you've got a whole bag of parts and goodies and stuff to set it all up. So yeah, that's a Shad SH34 Top Box. Alright, now the mounting kit that you'll need for the Shad Top Box is the K0Z S18ST. So that fits the 2022 Kawasaki Ninja 1000 or the Z1000 SX. If we have a look inside, so we got two main brackets here, and that'll come off the rear side on each end to hold the mounting plate. So it's still there. We've got the fitting that actually goes on the bottom of the motorcycle under the tail lights, and that will support the brackets that we're going to be installing. And of course a big bag of nuts and bolts. So last but not least, of course, the instruction manuals. Looks pretty simple. We'll go ahead and see how it's done. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is take the passenger seat and rider seat off. Alright, both the seats are off. Alright, so the next we need to do is first of all remove the toolkit, like so. And then what we need to do is we need to undo this whole plastic mounting around the edge here. And we also need to remove these two handles as well. So to do that, for the plastic mounting, we need to take that bolt there, that bolt there, that one there, and that one there. We also need to take the handles off, so there's a bolt in the side, on each side, there and on this side, and then also that one there and that one there. Once we've got that off, we can start taking off the number plate indicator lights and the mud flap, and that's held on by 4 bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll go ahead and undo all of those. And then the reason why you need to undo all of this, it actually differs from the manual that comes with the Shad kit. So when you undo these 4 bolts here, the back mud guard with the indicators should fall down, but they don't. So there's 2 hidden screws under there, and I'll show you where they are. Alright, so I have now undone all the bolts, and I've actually taken off this whole fender. Now it unclips from the side, on each side, inside there, so what you're going to do is lift it up and then push out the sides and it comes off. And I've also taken both handles off the side as well. Now the reason why we need to do this, I'll just put it down there, is we need to drop this back part down so we can get in here to these 2 hidden screws that are not shown in the manual. So to do that, after you've taken everything off, you just got to pull out each side. It's sitting on a lip, and that whole back bit there now drops down, and if we come around this side, inside the back down there, you'll see 2 screws, that one there and that one there. Now there are Phillips head screws, so we need to take that out in order for us to drop down the whole mudguard flap. So we'll go ahead and do that and see what that looks like. Now you're going to have to use like a really stubby screwdriver. In this case I've got this little L-shaped tool to undo the screws, so it's pretty fiddly, but we'll get that off and we'll see what it looks like. Alright, after moving those 2 screws, we now have the whole number plate indicator unit now is down, so we can now start to install our Shad Top Box. Alright, so there is also 2 bolts you need to remove there and also down there, and what that will do is even bring the back part down even further, because what you need to do is get all the cables from the indicators that run along the inside here and clipped up to blue to blue, black to black. Once you have those removed, you can then pull these cables all the way through, and that will release this whole area here, because what we need to do with those cables is feed it through the hole on that mount, because this whole area will bolt up underneath here, so the cables need to go through that. So it is a bit of a fiddly job, but it is fun. A little bit time consuming, but what we're going to do now is we're going to remove these cables now and pull them back through the hole here, and then we'll get ready to mount our mounting plate. Right, so I've got all my cables off. There's 3 of them, white, black and blue, and they'll all attach to a connector in here, white, black and blue. So that's pretty simple. We just need to get a small flathead screwdriver just to lift the notches up in order to unplug them. So we'll take that out. All good. We have that whole indicator brake system removed. We can go ahead and put the plate on now. Now if we have a look at the parts that comes with the Shad Top Box set, I've got them all laid out here. So there was a few parts that comes with it, but you're better to separate them how I've done here. So put all the right washers together, all the right bolts together, all the nuts together and everything, so it's nice and easy and you don't fumble getting the parts. Now you can see I've got these 4 sitting here. They're actually the ones that I need. Right, so that's all fed through there now. According to the manual, let's have a look at the part that we need. So we need the four washers, and that mounts onto the plate. Alright, so we'll go ahead and grab all that and we'll fit that. Right, let's go ahead and refit this plate. So I've got the metal plate on. I'll push these cables back through. I'm just plugging our clips in now. That's that one, and the last one. Of course, there's not enough cable. Alright, so cables all installed. Let's just tidy them up on these little clips that hold the cables in, so they don't get all tangled in there. Alright. Now what we need to do is put all of this back together. So to do that we have to just reverse what we've done before. Alright, so I'm going to reverse what we've done to get everything back off now. So the most fiddliest part is putting these two bolts in here that actually hold that back part up. So I need a pair of pliers to drop them in the hole because it's pretty fiddly. Okay, so that's one. And two. One. Alright, so according to the manual, we're looking at that picture there. So you've got your 4 bolts that go through and you've got some spacers, 2 small on the front, 2 big at the back. So we'll go ahead and install that. Alright, we managed to get that done. That was probably the hardest part out of the whole install, to be honest. Needed 2 people because you've got 4 spacers that go on the bolts, and of course gravity wants to pull them down, so it was pretty tricky, but we got there. Now I'm just tightening it back up. Alright, so we have a mounting bracket right there, and that's where part of our top box is going to attach to. So we'll go ahead and do the top box part now and put the brackets on. Alright, so everything looks good. What we're going to do now is go ahead and reinstall what we took off. So we're going to reinstall that back fender on here. We're going to reinstall the side handles on each side, except for we're not going to put that bolt through that came out of there, because there was another bolt and a bracket that we need to attach to that. So we'll go ahead and install the fender and the two side handles, and yeah, we'll check back shortly. Alright, so we've got our rear fender back on, and we've got our grab handles back on. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put the Shad Top Box bars, which sit like that on each side. So we have two bolts that come with the Shad mount, and also a spacer that needs to go on as well, which goes through here. So we'll get that hooked up. Right, that's one side done. Right, so as you can see now, we have our top box mount all set up. There's just two more bolts to fit in for there. There's one for that side and one for that side. So we'll go ahead and fit those. So you need a washer, it's a locking nut, and another washer for the top. So we'll fit both of those, and then we'll see what's next. Good to go. Now what we're going to do is grab the mount, fit it on here, and then fit the top box on. So we'll get to see what that looks like shortly. Alright, so I've just run into a huge problem. Now the Shad SH34 top box, the top box itself, comes with a mounting plate that you must mount on here first, and then you'll be clipping the top box on top of that. However, this mounting plate that's inside the Shad SH34 is too small. So these holes here on each side have to line up with the holes inside here. But they don't, because it's too small. So I'm waiting for a call back from the bike shop, and if that's the case, I'll have to return the top box itself, the SH34, and hopefully there's the next model up that comes with a bigger butt plate, or they sell this plate separately, I'm not too sure. But either way, that's very annoying, because I really want to get that installed today. But I will finish this video when I get the right part and see what it looks like at the end. So thanks for your patience.